Alright, boys and girls, I'm back for a little short update on the 87 Sportster and see what I've done to it. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video. It's been busy, not much time for editing or doing all that kind of stuff. I'd just rather get to it and get it done. So yeah, let's bring you guys all in for update. It's currently, Wednesday, February 18th. Another great snowstorm here in Ontario, which is going to be wonderful. Ugh. Anyway, it is what it is. Bring you in on the bike. So yeah, since my last update, I've done a couple of shorts. Went on doing the tank, got it painted, kind of jumped ahead to get the tank painted, just to give myself some more inspiration, keep it going. Pretty happy with the way it turned out. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect, but I did it. That I can be proud of that I put the time and effort into it and I did it. So my lines are a little off. It's not perfect, but I don't care because I like it. So what have we done so far since the last time you go? Well, it's off the lift for one. First time in a while because I wanted to see how everything fit and how everything worked. Spring up to the front. It's the last time I made this bracket with a piece of aluminum that aluminum 3/4 inch flat bar for the horn. You take it off and clean it up and shine it up. Back here, I've got a lot going on. My oil bag from Slim Fabs came in. Love it. Absolutely love it. The way it cleaned everything up. Turned out perfect. It'll get painted the same as the tank. I got my seat bracket welded on. This isn't bolted to it yet, but it's there. So that's going to be able to swing up out of the way like a so. Then I can access my oil fill. And you can see he gives you a spot for the battery here. And back here is where I put my battery. And I'll show you all that in a second when I pull this back piece off, what I've done there. But yeah, works good. These lines, they're going into the tank. I'm putting AN fittings on the lines. So there'd be 3 lines. One's a feed, one's a return, and the other one's a vent. For the transmission vent and this front vent here, I'm going to run a couple of these on it. I'm going to probably, they'll get put up back in here somewhere just to hide them. So those will clean up everything. With that, what else? This is the rear pan, kind of just sitting on there right now. So you can see what I'm going with that. I'm still looking for tail lights. License plate will go in the center. I'm going to French it in. Tail lights, depending on what I get, I might French them in. People keep on telling me teardrop ones, but I just feel like the teardrops have been overplayed and overdone. Just kind of looking for something a little different. Something a little more vintage, possibly 40s, 50s Chevy, Buick, Ford, car, Dodge, Chrysler taillights. That's kind of what I'm looking for that. Just haven't found them yet. Yeah, so that's all that. We'll pull this off. Yeah. So that piece there is essentially, I'm going to make bars that come up, bolt onto here and here, swoop down, crosser bar at the bottom, probably one up here. I actually got a bender I made the stand up for, to bend up the tubing for that. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is where the tubes come down, essentially on this side and this side, I might run some aluminum strapping with some countersunk bolts, and I'm going to bolt it from this side with some nice hardware to hold that onto the brace. So that's the other way. I have my rear shock mounts welded on now. I also put these uppers on for the seat. I put a cross brace in there. I moved these down 1.5 inches like I was talking about, because I went with a longer shock to give me more travel. So that's all welded on. I'm gonna actually, before I finish that off, I want to put a gusset right here, which I was talking about in prior videos, just to give it more strength, because they didn't put one on, but I'd like to see one there. I've got my blocks welded on the axle, so that's all done. I also have, I bought this battery. It is like crazy, the weight difference on this compared to a regular battery. I think this runs about 2-3 pounds, if that, and the stock battery is in around 8.5. So I'm running a lighter battery. Hopefully it works good. Still trying to keep the weight down. Yeah, so there's the original battery box. Sorry for the lighting, guys. There's a bracket welded from this side over to this side of the frame, and the battery box is bolted on down in there. Yet again, sorry about the light. And then I took, let me get more light back here. Choo choo choo. Yeah, so there's the battery box. That's the original stock one, bolted down there. And then this bracket that I welded off the back of it is the original electronics box. So yeah, I've purchased a new wiring harness for the bike. I think it was NAS or something like that. I know you can get it off of Amazon and stuff like that. I ended up getting it off of that Canadian company, Fortnine, because it was actually cheaper there and kind of support my nation sort of thing, whatever, my country. Any rate, blah blah. So that's where I plan on putting all the electronics. I'm going to build a plate that goes off these grommets like the original one bolted to. Then I'll hang the electronics off there. So these are 3-inch travel shocks, and I have 3.5 inches from here to the bottom of the battery box, so there's no way that'll ever make contact with that. What else? So you can see how see that bolt right there? Those 2 bolts, and then that's how the oil tank's held in, or oil bag is held in. I have my brakes all mocked up. I'm actually going to take this hose and I'm going to run it down underneath the chain. So they're all mocked in. This, if some of you guys don't know what this is for my 06 Electric Glide. It's the primary chain tensioner guide. And I welded myself some tabs down in there. And I don't know if I needed it or not. I really don't know, but I wanted something for the chain to ride on. Just so it never hit the brake lines. It protects the brake lines. And it never hit the metal frame. I gotta clean up that weld there. And so that's kind of my thought on there, is just kind of a protector and something for the chain to glide on. Yeah. Brake line stuff, I got it all off of Amazon. Seems okay. I really won't know what it's going to be like until I get everything put together and done. So, a little bit of that bracket up there. That seat bracket I also got off of the old Amazon. That's where I'm at. Kind of waiting on the new wiring harness to come in. My next plan of attack is now to put it back up on the lift and take all the stuff off, shocks and the brake lines, the oil bag out, sand down everything and get that part of the chassis and frame all painted up. I'm thinking I might actually paint the top part of the frame. We'll see, just to freshen it up. There was a lot of rust right here on both of these sides that I had to clean up. Yeah. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Gonna get it back up on the lift, take all that off, sand down the frame and rear swing arm, get it all painted up. Then I'm on to, I have the electrical left to do, paint the oil bag, plumb the oil bag, which I've already got the line started for that, and get that rear pan all situated. When I did weld it up, it did a little bit of a shoop sort of thing. That's not a fisheye. That actually did that, and you can see where it kind of buckled there and there. I'm hoping cutting it here will give it that relief, where this side will just kind of back into place. But I still got a lot of work to do on that. So am I far from finished? No, but I'm a lot closer. Yeah, I just really like the way it's turning out. Kind of been in the 25 years since I started riding, I've always wanted to build a trike. I don't know why. I'm not building this because I'm getting older. I am old, but I'm not building it because I'm getting older. It's just something I've always wanted to build. I've always been, as a kid, can remember seeing a trike and just being like, oh man, that thing's cool. I want to build one. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And I'll just keep on plugging away, and you're only going to get the odd video of me talking, I guess. Just kind of the way I feel more comfortable and stuff, doing stuff. So, yeah. Don't forget, guys, if you can dream it, you can do it. Take care. Till next time.